Salam, marhaba love, assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the new video. If you are watching this video on any other platform except for YouTube, please go to the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can get an alert anytime there's a new video, and as well you can watch any other parts that are related to the video. Okay, so let's start off with the first point. The first point is obviously is to open up a social media account. You cannot get your art out there in this digital world without using digital media, right? So make sure that you have an Instagram account, Twitter account, Facebook account. Use all of these social media platforms to your advantage. They're free. They don't cost anything to set up, right? They're not going to take any resources away from you except for a little bit of time. All right? So download the apps on your phone so you can actually post your work on these platforms very easily. Now, when you open up an account, it's very important to make sure that you actually use the same handle. Don't change up the handle, right? Don't have the lion, no space on Instagram, and then on Twitter have the underscore lion. This is gonna make it it's gonna make it a little bit confusing, right? There's no sense of consistency, even though you might eventually find out, or people might eventually find out that this is the same account. It's not consistent, right? And as you get bigger, which is the aim, this might become a problem, right? So make sure that you actually use the same handle and never change this handle. So many times I've seen people change their handles in Instagram, people that have posted their work. I posted the work, and a year later, I go back to the account, or I'm looking for the account in order to be able to post another piece of art of theirs, and I can't find the account. It says username not found, right? User not found. This is a loss for the artist because the artist did not keep the same handle, right? So keep the same handle. That's point number one. Point number two, once you've opened up an account, make sure you write a bio, right? Make sure you have a concise bio. Take the time, just like you would do with a cover letter, right? A cover letter for your resume that you would send to a company, right? Take the time to write 2-3 sentence concise bio describing your art. What makes your art different from other people? Remember, people are lazy on the internet. The internet makes people want to click and get out of here and there real quickly. So make sure that you actually have a bio that's very concise, right? Concise but very to the point. That makes people want to look further into your practice. Once you have a bio, right, there's actually a space for a link on Instagram, for example. So make sure you take advantage of that link. I would suggest one of two things: either a link to another social media platform of yours that might show some kind of diversity, some kind of strength in another area that you don't have, for example, on Instagram, right? For example, Twitter is usually used for chatting and showing opinions and what have you, a depth of thought or what have you. So you might want to link to that if you see that as important to explaining your practice for people to connect with you better, right? Another way you can use that link, if you don't have a website yet, right, is to connect to YouTube. Have a YouTube page, even if you're not even if you're a beginner. Open up a YouTube channel. The YouTube channel you should use to actually show the process of your work, right? And once in a while you might even want to go live, maybe once a month, right? Or even once a week you might want to go live. It doesn't matter if only 5 people are there, right? The point is you're connecting with people. But soon 5 is going to become 50 is going to become 500 because you're consistent, right? So have your process there. People are going to be able to see that these are not just images downloaded from the net and uploaded onto an Instagram account or a Facebook account. This is actually somebody that's actually doing it, right? And we can see that. We can see it with our eyes, right? Seeing is believing. So use the YouTube account to show people that this is your work, this is how you do it, and this is actually not downloaded from the net or what have you, right? So once you have that on the bio, right, then you should have a pic. You should have a picture of yourself or a picture of your signature, right? Either one I think is fine. Okay, I like signature personally, but you might want a picture of yourself. I think Either one is fine as long as you have something there. Without something there, it looks like somebody created a page in a rush, right? It could be a fake account, right? I see many fake accounts without a picture, right? So first thing I'm gonna think is maybe somebody just downloaded these pictures from another account and posted it on this account just to get some followers, right? So don't do that. Make sure you have a picture or a signature there, right? So now you have your account, right? And do this across the board: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, Vero, all these accounts, all these social media platforms. Once you have that, and you have the pic, you have the bio, what have you, then point number 3 is to post process pics, right? Process pictures on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, etc. Now, once your process pictures, however, should not be the first picture, right? Should not be the first picture on the page. They should be actually after the finished product, right? So on your page, if you look at your page, right, it should not, you have about 9 pictures that you can look at, that people look at once they open up your page. Okay, so if you look here, for example, this is my page here on Instagram. One second. All right, this is my page on Instagram, right? You can see that you have 9 images, right? Those 9 images are the first 9 images people are gonna see, right? So they should be very professional, very well done, right? They should not be process pics, right? If you must put process pics, I would put them in the story, and I would put them after, as the second, the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, all the way to 10. Picture be after the final product. Okay, that way people can actually, if people are interested in the final product, which is actually the one that's going to draw them in, then they can actually check out the process, right? But if you look at a process, we're not sure you can finish, right? And again, people have short attention span, right? So they want to see the finished beauty. So put up the finished beauty, and then afterwards you can have the process pics for those that are interested in those kind of things, right? Also put them in the story. Use the story. The story is a very good place for people to actually see things that you might not necessarily want to post again on your portfolio, because this is your portfolio, right? There was a time when artists used to actually print artwork, right, in a folder, right, and they would shop them around, right, go around to different galleries, right? But now this is your portfolio, right? So it should be the prettiest thing ever, right? The prettiest thing you can produce. It should not be pictures of your grandma, as beautiful as she may be, God bless her soul, right? Or your cat, right? It should be professional work right here, right? Professional finished work, not professional work in the process, right? And some people might disagree with me, but this is what I've come to understand in my 5 years or so using this platform to grow this account, right? And what I've seen from other people as well, right? So process pictures should not be the first picture people see. It should be the second picture, the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, all the way to 10. And you can put them in story. Instagram rewards you for using the story because they're in battle with Snapchat. So people that use story actually get a little bit of a boost, right? And people that use IGTV as well, right? They get a little bit of boost because they're in battle with YouTube, right? So you can use those things as well. I would use them consistently, at least one picture in the story and one video in IGTV, at least just to get to people's get people interested in your work, right? And then the 5th thing, you should not put personal photos here. Don't put personal photos. Don't put pictures of your grandma or your wedding day or the day you fell in love with mozzarella cheese or your trip to Italy, right? Things like these are not, they might be nice, but put them on a personal blog. If you must, put them on a personal blog page, right? But not put them on your art page. Your art should be only for art. This is something I see a lot with people, right? So I'm not sure if this person is a serious artist or not. I cannot find the art easily, so I don't waste my time because I have a lot of people that want me to post their work, right? So like I said, people have short attention spans, so do not waste their time. Use their time real quickly and get their attention real quick. Right? So point number 5, keep your portfolio, which is your page, your art page, very clean. Point number 6, explain your posts, right? Once you have your posts ready, explain it. Take the time to write 4 to 6, I think 4 to 6 sentences at the most is what you need to explain your work, right? You need to take the time, obviously, to think of how you're going to get the point across, right? The picture, right? Pictures are worth 1,000 words, but right, some people want to explain, want to understand certain things, right? Not everything is understandable or has one direct aim or one direct point connected to it. So you need to make sure that you describe your work, right? Beyonce could put up a video or a picture and not have to explain, right? She's got 50 million followers or whatever it may be, right? But you're not Beyonce, right? You are David Miller, or you are Aisha Khan, or whatever your name is. And you need to make sure that, okay, that people think that you are worth the time, right? So explain to people, convince people, take all the opportunities to explain to people why you're worth their time, why you're worth the follow, why you're worth the buy if you're trying to sell the art, okay? Whatever it may be, right? Convince the people, right? So explain the post, and then once you've explained, you have a description for the post, then use hashtags. Now the key with hashtags, right, is to make sure that you use niche hashtags, right? As an artist, obviously you want to have your niche. You do not want to just follow and conform to what everybody else is doing. Okay, you do not want to follow everybody else, otherwise you are not differentiated from the crowd. You want to be that purple apple in the midst of red apples, right? Something that stands out, right? You want to be something that stands out, so you need to have a niche. Okay, so that might be something you might have to think about before you even start your practice, right? Or as you're going along as well, you start in your practice, you're in your practice, you need to figure out how to diversify, right, your work, and make sure that people can actually say that, well, that's Aisha Khan's work, that's Muhammad's work, that's Betu's work, that is David's work, that is not this guy's work, right? I want a David's piece of work, or I want Aisha's piece of work, whatever it may be, right? Don't conform. Otherwise, there's no point in doing this, right? If you're trying to conform, there's no point doing this, right? The point of an artist is to actually make waves, right? You can't make waves following other waves, if you will, right? The wave is already made, right? So you need to make a wave in a different way, right? You need to disturb the piece, if you will, right? So make sure you use niche hashtags. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Make sure, if you've not subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel, and as well like the video as well if you like the video, and please comment down below as well if you've tried any of these suggestions of mine, what has worked for you, what has not, and I'll definitely respond to your comments.